I don't like it that it's a disadvantage if you hire as an English student. If you send an application in English, I definitely know in a lot of companies, and even they don't know you, they don't know your skill set. It's enough already. That's an English application form,
Yeah.
and if you have 10 German ones, they know this is a bit more difficult to handle, to talk. I have to do an interview in English, so
Yeah.
and this could be one reason. And you can be the super mega expert in advanced manufacturing, but this in some companies is enough to say, okay, let's take out one of the German CVs.
Everyone, how are you? If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Rushikesh and I make videos on university education, working, and life in Germany. Usually, you must have seen me interviewing students about how is life in Germany, studies, and work like that. But today's video is kind of special. I have two guests with me, and one is student who is studying at TU Chemnitz, and one is CEO of a German company which manufactures electronic devices, human machine interaction, HMI devices, and services. So it would be nice to know from the employer's perspective how it is, how are the challenges in Germany, how international students face problems, and that's what we talk about from the student perspective. But it would be nice to know from employer's perspective, right? You can make advances in your career starting from a journey. Even if you are studying right now or you are early stages of your career, we can get advices from him how to grow in your career. At the same time, I also want to show you what challenges students face here. So Osman here would like to share his journey, and we can ask him what problems he's facing, and based on that, we can ask Pierre. So I forgot to introduce my two guests. Pierre here is the CEO of a German company, Get Group, and Osman here, who is a student at TU Chemnitz. So I don't want to make this introduction any longer. If you are not subscribed to the channel, I would suggest you do that right away because it motivates me to create content like this, makes more videos like this, and bring information in front of you. So let's get started, Priya, from you. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit about your background, how you started a business?
So thanks for the invitation, the opportunity to be here. So my background is the banking industry. So I studied banking economics, and I was a corporate consultant for a big German bank. And during that time, I also got in touch with GTT. Excuse me. And then I started as a CFO in the company. And 2 years later, we bought the company. So we are the next generation of GTT entrepreneurs, designing the business and being on our growth path. And as we are an international company, of course, we also have a look on all the topics and how the market situations are in different countries. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about the challenges of coming from abroad, working in Germany, and what's the situation?
Definitely, it would be nice to have your advices as well on this. Um, Osman, would you like to introduce?
Short introduction, and I'm from Sudan. I came here to Chemnitz at the end of 2020 to pursue my master studies in manufacturing technology, and I've just finished my master thesis end of September, and now being on the run looking for a job.
Yeah. Which
Job.
master course did you study here?
I studied advanced manufacturing.
You were also at the starting of your career, and you had this passion for entrepreneurship, and go ahead with that. But it's not easy. Every step, and every step, you must be facing some challenges. How did you overcome those? What was your thought process? And
Okay, I see. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, so I think the biggest step for me was, of course, making the decision to leave the banking industry, to switch the industry sides to the sides which I was usually working with, because most of my customers were industry customers. I did this because I felt like I want to have in the next step of my career an opportunity to really design things, having more influence in a company, to shape also a good working environment. And but doing so was a risk, and it was definitely outside the comfort zone, because as a studied banker, of course, in a bank you feel good, you know everything. and industry side was a bit unknown. So I did not know what to expect. But till today, I can say never 1 second I regret doing this. And if I summarize from that time, leaving banking, starting as a CFO, buying the company, and sitting here today. So the most important thing is stay open, lifelong learning. No? It's like it's exactly what it is, and always reflect yourself on what you are doing. So, for example, after we bought the company, I was really deep into micromanagement. I felt like I need to see everything. I need to be part of every decision that things don't go wrong. But then you soon feel like, oh, it's not possible. You cannot do this. And we are directly in the point where working with other people and team building are super important. And today, as a role as a CEO, I can say we have a great team. And any modern business with having a lot of shoulders carrying the business need a good team. And I think especially if I'm on the other side, like Osman, yeah. So people looking for an opportunity in a business, I think this is one important thing to do. For example, I most of all, if I hire people, I hire the personality. So because you can learn everything you need for the job, you can learn about HMI, you can learn about project management, but most important thing is that the chemistry, the personal chemistry fitting. Because as I know, I cannot do the micromanagement. I need people where I feel like, okay, I trust. And this is one of the most important factors. And if we talk about maybe later about different challenges, I think this is really important. And I think in this area is also a lot of insecurity on company side, who are maybe not used to work that much with different cultures, with people from abroad. Because if I'm not comfortable with this kind of situation, then of course I cannot give trust in such teams, and this is, I think, a part of the challenge. Let's say like this for the first steps.
Yeah, I come to Osman now. In those master's studies, what were the challenges that you faced, or would you like to share the challenges that you are facing now? Because I also studied here, and I say I also had my share of challenges or maybe problems.
Yeah.
Looking for an internship, maybe master thesis, and afterwards by a full-time job. And I'm guessing you are going through that now, and it's not an easy situation to be in. So, what would you like to share in that?
What I really like to share is like I studied in English, so my whole study curriculum was in English, and the main challenge with my master was like we have to do an internship that is mandatory, either with the industry, or you have to make a small thesis research project at the university. So most of the students in my program like try to look for internship in the industry, of course, and then if they don't find anything, then they try to do it at the university. So I can say that not like wasting time, but I spent a lot of time looking for internship because, of course, you gain experience, on-hand experience, and also knowledge. At the university, you can also gain both, but when you go out on the market, people look at your CV like, what did you do? And a research project is not accounted as an internship. So that's one of the main challenges. Second challenge is a language barrier. I speak German, like on conversational level, but the thing is like in the interview they expect you to be fluent. So I had like 2-3 interviews so far in German. It went well, but still not what they're expecting. Like they're looking for like really like native or fluent in German. Other than that, I think in the manufacturing industry, a lot of people expect you to have knowledge with some of the ERP system that they're using, the SAP and so. So if you did your research project at the university, you never get in touch with such softwares, and then they expect you to put it in your CV. So it's just like
Yeah, Chinamanek, how important it is to how important it is you think to have a mentor? Maybe Pierre can answer that, because I'm sure you must have had someone who do you look up to, and who guided you in your career, in your growth, and at the same way, what your experience has been. Would you like to share that?
Yeah, of course. I think what whatever you do in life, I think it's always helpful to have a mentor. Um, People who share their experience, and by the way, you're also doing this. So you're setting up a format, helping other people. So which I really appreciate, and which is super important. And yes, especially if you're on an area where you don't exactly know the rules, you're not having all the knowledge. For example, what are the ERP systems? Even you would know, okay, that could be helpful.
Yeah.
Coming from advanced manufacturing, knowing some ERP systems, then the question is, what ERP systems? For example, so a lot of companies I know, they don't work with SAP, because smaller or medium companies usually have some other ERP system. So even you would have focused on learning SAP, then I said, again, my company, it's not helpful because we use another software. So and things like this. This is what I mentioned. Of course, focusing on personality. And this is also something mentorship can give to bring a better understanding of what's going on, and maybe maybe also how to approach the, let's say, soft skills of the journey. Because if you would work for our company, you would be able to learn our ERP system. So for me, that's not a that's not a showstopper if you don't know our ERP system, for example. For me, it would be more important that I understand that you're interested in our business. You have an idea maybe about the challenges of our industry, and you can define how you want to help our business to be better. And this is I can tell you from my experience, such three more or less easy questions, because with some research you can find out. A lot of people they struggle already with this more or less easy point to answer such questions. And this is something. So we are doing some mentorship right now. Yeah, but that's it. And like what you mentioned, I think yes, it's really important also to talk German. Because not even that. For example, for me it would not be crucial. I can also do an interview in English. But if you would work in our company, so most of the people we have, especially as a production company, they don't speak English or have little English. All the process, documentation, information, everything is German language. And I think this is also for a lot of companies something they struggle with. It's not like that they don't want to hire you, but they know about the extra challenges that they have in all the internal handling, compared to hiring somebody from Germany, or somebody with better German skills.
Yeah.
And this is one of the thing, pains or challenges which are out there. No? It's obvious.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about, because now it was student perspective, but now it's employer's perspective. How challenges, even for a company, it could be challenging to hire international student or international person, because then these will create challenges even for working in there, because it's gonna make his life hard. So now that's when I wanted to come to this next question now, because most of my audience is international. They come from different parts of the world, and they want to come here, study in Germany, or maybe work in Germany. Um, what kind of advice would you like to share with them?
Um, so let's say be brave. Trying. It's really, I know it's challenging, but I also know that a lot of German companies, they need this, let's say, international intelligence, need good skilled people. Although our economy needs it, I know that we are also putting a lot of challenges there. So it's that's not really helpful. But our mission is to improve this, of course. And like what I mentioned, I think it's really important to be aware of this, let's say, cultural challenges, which always are there if people come together. And I think a potential USP you really can win fast is being sharp on who you are, what you can do. If you can tell how you can improve and support my business in a few sentences, you're even in front compared to a lot of other people. It's people hiring people. Yeah, so and it's like this. If this is not working, it's a problem. And I think even with receiving an English application, an English CV, this is also for some people causing the first of, oh, this could mean some more work. This could be it's more difficult. So this is also a reason why I recommend, if you have the chance to get in touch with people, maybe from the company you want to work for, that's also a good idea. And I don't like it that it's a disadvantage if you hire as an English student. If you send an application in English, I definitely know in a lot of companies, and even they don't know you, they don't know your skill sets. It's enough already that's an English application form.
Yeah.
And if you have 10 German ones, they know this is a bit more difficult to handle, to talk. I have to do an interview in English. So and this could be one reason. And you can be the super mega expert in advanced manufacturing, but this in some companies is enough to say, okay, let's take out one of the German CVs, and that's the point. So I think it's important to try to get connected to people like also we do. And now we are close to mentorship or networking already. I think that's really important. Use every chance you have to get out of your community to get connected with local people. And I think this is in general a good advice. It doesn't matter if you want to work in Spain and Italy and France or Germany. I think that's an important step, because local people always can guide you and can help you with some of the specific challenges.
Of course. Now, German companies, or in Germany, we see that it's skilled labor shortages there. Germany wants to import, or not import, it's not the correct word, but attract skilled laborers from different countries. How do you think? You briefly, I mean, just now, while you were giving the answer, you answered a little bit of that. How accepting the German companies are for that change, because as you see, a lot of international people would be applying to companies, but then if the companies are not that accepting for those international talent, then it gets difficult. And you mentioned one point that if you get one English CV and then you have 10 German CVs, then there's mind tendency that, okay, you would normally, ideally, you go with the German one. But let's say if you get less candidates even from Germany, because now we are facing skill shortage, technological shortage, let's say. But those companies should also be adapting to that change. Do you see that kind of change in your employer networks, or maybe you see different conferences in Germany for businesses?
Yeah. So definitely, yes. This is why I said be brave and try, because a lot of companies are really open for that. Are aware of the lack of skilled workers. A lot of companies feel this already. And I think in a lot of cases it's not about there's no basic problem in accepting people from abroad. I think a lot of people, especially in Germany, a lot of companies are international companies. They have international business. They buy from abroad. They sell abroad. So that's not a problem. I think the bigger skill, and this is also what I meant with saying English CV compared to German. It's not like just the English language. People know all the process behind this. And we last year we hired an engineer from Tunisia, Hademi, if you're looking at this podcast, hi. And me personally, I felt how difficult it is to get people the working allowance, the Ausländerbehörde, all the bureaucracy, the struggles, and this is really something what I mentioned. If if I notice, and this automatically, as an HR person, automatically, if I can choose, so that's always a disadvantage for people from abroad, and it's not it's not this is not something you can change. This is something the working environment, politics have to change. And this is also something a lot of companies complaining. We say like, make it more easy that we can hire people from abroad. So this is something we need to be aware. But in general, the question was if I see the companies changing. So totally yes, a lot of companies I know are open. People are more and more open. Also, younger German generations are more used to be international. They look English YouTube videos. They watch English Netflix series. So all the connection, talking English with other people. So the barriers are even more low. So this is a good outlook. Let's say like this. Yeah, but I think yes. So I see a good and positive change, and we have some industries already where I think 9 out of 10 people are from abroad, because we have no, let's say, German intelligence in this field. We need students from outside Germany, but this is not the typical German company. This is why I really say we're not we're not talking about semiconductors or whatever. So if I talk about the average German company, so I think most of the people are German people still, but there is a change being more open. Yeah.
I want to come to Osman now. I want to ask you that, I mean, the situation that you are going through, a lot of other students are also going through the same, maybe rejections. I don't know. This is from my curiosity, because handling rejections is not an easy thing. How are you coping up with that? Because uh, I see that you have to stress yourself, maybe learning different things, focus on German. At the same time, you also have to manage your personal life, personal expenses.
Yeah.
As a student, how are you doing that? How are you managing your personal expenses? How are you coping with that mental stress that comes with rejections?
It's really hard actually, because as a student here also you have to work to finance yourself, and also at the same time you have to learn some new technologies, new software, and at the same time you have to keep with applying. So it's not that easy, but the thing is, like, the motivation, whenever I get a rejection, I try to make 2 3 more. So per day I try to make like 6 or 7 perfect applications, and then there's also the options for the easy apply, Schnellbewerbung, where you just put your CV. A lot of In the beginning, I thought that is not a good idea, but a lot of friends told me, like, you can do some really good focus on some applications, and then you do some ones like the easy go, easy apply, and you have better quantity at some point. Um, One of the points that I'd like to mention, yeah, like, even if you have your CV in German, try to make it simple. Like, from experience, I have 2 CVs now. Like, one really looks appealing and really looks good with the same content, and the other one is very simple. Like, I never got any interview with a really good looking one, but with the simple one, because it's currently, most of the companies, I'm not sure about the Get company, how they use the AI to filter, to do the screening, but it's all about how you pass the screening. So you have to put specific keywords. That's why I mentioned the ERP systems. Like, if you don't have this keyword or this keyword in your CV, then you're automatically thrown out.
But it's interesting, because I thought like, why what other reasons could be there, and but it's also about how people feel. If you get a really perfect application form, everything is inside, everything looks perfect, compared to an, let's say, easygoing short CV. I think it's also from this has a lot of to do with also how people and also HR people are people. So they something happens, and if they have a short on points CV, or if they have like a really like an application book, which they feel like, wow, that's like, wow, maybe too much. Because whenever you feel like, or whenever the impression comes to the other side, wow, that's maybe a too skilled worker. So we are a small a German company, and there comes an application form, people might also feel like, no, that's too much, or we cannot afford this people. This also is between the lines, maybe part of a perfect application, feeling okay, so many skills. This is maybe outside our budget level. This is even they didn't ask. Then they say like they just guess you are outside of the budget level, and you get a rejection. Yeah, and with a more easy application, it's like maybe then the step to okay, let's talk first and see what's on. Also, such points can influence a decision if you are rejected or not.
Yeah, last question for you. If my audience is interested to know about your company, how they can get to know more, or how they can reach out?
Yeah. So two ways, of course. There's a lot of information on our webpage, but I would also be happy get connected to me. So you find me on LinkedIn. Maybe you can put the link. Text me. So I'm really open. I love to be connected. I love to learn about challenges. Sometimes I can help, not always, but I'm pretty open. So yeah, there are several ways of getting in touch with us, with me. So everybody should feel free. I'm happy to get in touch with new people.
People make sure that you use this kind of opportunities. So yeah, thank you so much, both of you, for the inputs. That's really useful advice, valuable advice the audience has got, and I think they can apply it to their life, growing in their career, or maybe if they are struggling in their studies life in Germany, or graduating, or at the early stage of their career. I think these advices will definitely help them grow in the career, and that's the motive of this video. So thank you so much, both of you. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video next week. That's all for now. Bye bye.